Hey everyone, I think we're live. Welcome back to Off the Great Wall. Thank you so much for being with us today. I'm super excited to bring on our, cannot call him guest, guess not even co-host. I guess he's one of the OGs of the channel, Dan Chen. All right, where is he?
Hey, what's up, everyone? What up, Common?
Yes, it's been so long. 8 years?
It's not been 8 years since we spoke.
But 8 years since we've been here.
Oh, yeah. I was 29 when we started.
Do you really need to bring age up?
And I'm 37.
Congratulations, you know math.
Oh, man.
All right, everybody, I see your comments right here on the side on the screen. So please leave your questions on the side. And also let me know where you're from. I want to know exactly where you guys are.
I love all these comments. Look at Lay Teresa.
Where is Lay
like
Teresa?
That one. I don't know. It's somewhere. She said, the bad bees are back. That's you and me.
I don't know if we can put that up on screen. We need to make it PG.
I like that one. I like that one though. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So first I got to give props to Carmen because she really started this initiative. I was really super glad to hear that she and her partner in crime, Kevin, which I don't know if people know, were willing to resurrect the channel. Because we've always, I guess I can only speak for myself. Like I've always had Off the Great Wall in mind and just like all the great memories and the times that we had and all the viewers and all the amazing experiences. So I was hoping that at some point it does get resurrected, but you know, like life happens and we're working and doing other things. So never really came together. So when you contacted me and said that, hey, I think this is going to happen, it's really excited. But also,
yeah, and
you know,
I mean, I've been gone for 8 years. It's probably like much worse than you because you actually went back at some point, but I just never showed up until like last week. But then I am in a different country, so it is kind of difficult for me to be involved. And I think the pandemic really made me reflect on all the human connections that I had before, whether in person or virtually. And right now, everything is virtual anyways. So, and it always like brings me back to this channel. And I think of all the people that I've connected with, especially like people that say, hey, I watch your channel and it made me do like take Chinese or connect with my roots, all those things that really touched me. So that's why I'm
here. Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
I think when I see, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you go.
Oh, sorry, it's laggy. Like, no, you go. Yeah, that was my favorite part when people still stop me on the street and whole families would stop me. So like multi-generational. That's like my most proudest moment because somebody who's probably like my age, who's had kids, who has parents above them would say like, you know, this really brought us together. Like they would watch videos together. I'm like, oh, that hit me hard. Yeah, that's like, oh, that's why we did it. You know, like I just saw a comment. Somebody said they were 14 when they started watching. So they be like 23 now. It's like you're like post-college. You like grown up.
Yep.
So it's mind-boggling.
It's weird. People are like, oh, I grew up watching you. And I'm like, man, like that makes me real old.
Yeah, like I'm not even that old. What are you talking about?
But it makes me really proud in a way because I'm like, wow, in a way I kind of shaped their like worldview a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think right now there's more Asian YouTubers and I guess representation, but 8 years ago there's not that many, right?
Yep.
So that, and actually I still get people that tell me like, oh, who loves watching you? And I'm like, your son is like this tall person that's taller than me now, that's like working in real life. It's kind of weird.
It's weird. Although some people said we still look the same, which I agree. So it's like
Let's see. You guys don't seem to
Yeah.
age at all. Yeah, look, I can pull comments up. So please put
there you go.
put your comments on there.
The mysterious juice that I'm drinking. No, just kidding.
This is still PG.
Dad, will you move to
There's
Toronto?
no mysterious juice.
No. Sorry. I like Canada. I wish I could go to Canada, but I'm not moving to Toronto. Because
Not
then I can't
asking
come
you
back
to.
here.
Actually, right now, if you come here, you have to do like crazy quarantine. So
Mm-hmm.
then not to go anywhere.
I love these comments because they're so random. Like, Carmen, what's your height?
I don't see that one.
I'm just scrolling through. Oh my gosh, I love this. I miss this. Oh
right.
man.
Okay,
But we
let's
did
start,
have some
let's
stuff
start.
we wanted to talk about. So yeah, I know you had a whole like rundown of things.
Well, I mean, I'll just go through some of these comments as well. A
Mhm.
lot of people, ever since I uploaded the 2 videos, if you didn't watch, go back and watch now. One is just explaining why I'm back, and then one is for Chinese New Year, so go and watch it. And actually, before we say anything, hit that like button so we can get the algorithm going. We want to revive the channel and we need your help, okay? All right. So a lot of people want to know what we've been up to.
All right, who you want to go or you want me to go?
Okay, I can go first.
Yeah.
So when did I leave off the Great Wall? Was it 2013? End of 2013?
Like a
Yeah, I
year,
remember
right?
it's like December of 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got into a production job, like as a production manager. And I worked on a show called Confucius Was a Foodie for 3 years. And I think that was one of the times that, like, the hardest I've ever worked. Oh, here, I have a photo pulled up. This is me and the crew in Hong Kong, Chinese New Year.
Very cool.
At one point, we traveled 5 weeks straight with no break, filming almost every day.
Aw.
That's Kevin, my husband. We both work in production. And this is us in Taiwan at a night market, I think. I think the Shilin night market. And it's crazy. We traveled all over US. So all over America, all over Canada. I actually got on a train from Vancouver all the way to Toronto. It was cool. I got my own bed on the train,
Wow.
like a sleeper train. And then we talked about like Chinese food's influence in America. So that's really cool. Then the next season, we went to Asia. So Hong Kong and Taiwan, and traveled all over Europe. So I went to France, England, Italy, Greece. But all these countries that I mentioned, we traveled consecutively, like one after another, no break.
That's crazy.
And I didn't upload that photo. Like that luggage we had was like, we had like 30 cases for like 6 people. It was crazy. We were like the traveling circus. And every day
Confucius was the foodie. Somebody asked what's the name of the show.
Yeah, so we worked starting maybe even like 6 a.m. all the way to like 9 p.m. And then when we go back to the hotel, I would have to capture all the footage. And then everything is like rinse and repeat, just nonstop. It's crazy. And then like the most difficult thing is that when you're overseas, it's not like your usual, like you have all your comforts, right? If anything happens, you can call up, say, hey, I just need this and need that, come and help. You're basically on your own and you have to figure it out on your feet. So I learned a lot from the experience. After that, I partnered up with a friend and we opened a like a marketing events company. So that was the next 3-4 years. And then the
Yeah, I remember you came
pandemic
to New
hit.
York a couple of times.
Oh yeah, that's how we met
Yeah.
up because I was like
Kept in touch. Yeah.
throwing events at the convention centers.
Mhm.
Then the pandemic hit, so there's no more events.
Right.
But I was also freelancing, doing some other media stuff, some social media stuff. So I'm lucky enough to still have a job, but I'm basically homebound right now. I'm not going anywhere. So that's basically what I've been doing for the 8 years. Oh, and also I started a cooking channel with my husband. That's also a passion project. So I'm going to
Check.
plug it in, kindofcooking.com or youtube.com/kindofcooking.
Be,
You can check it out there.
those recipes are lit.
Thank you. All right, Dan, your turn.
All right.
In-
So let's see. Well, after Carmen left, me, Mike, and we had some co-hosts on the show, Yi, who's my wife, and some other
You guys
bunch
didn't
of
know
other
already?
people. I mean, it's been 8 years. If we weren't together, it's like, come on, guys.
I
We
knew,
met
but I
actually
mean, like these
right-
people might not
yeah.
know, right? Everyone's
not
asking,
know. I
"Where's
mean-
he?"
Yeah, I guess we didn't like we don't announce, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
we're
mean,
not big
I'm
into
married
that.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty old. Come on.
Come on. So let's see. We kept doing Off the Great Wall. So the whole time I had a day job. I don't know if people knew that, but you know, when we started the channel, it was like a passion project. So we had like 2 jobs. You know, I would like work during the day. Some people might know that. And then right afterwards I would drive in and then we would like shoot videos, come up with ideas. That was great. I don't even know how we had time to go to like Internet Icon and all this stuff. Like, how did that happen? But that was like, yeah, that was so much fun. And then I kept doing that, kept working. But at 2015, that's when Mike and I left Off the Great Wall to do our own channels. And we took Yi with us, obviously. You could see her on the internet. And then we had some other hosts in the middle. And then I came back after 4 months, short-lived. Did a few more videos. And then, you know, I was like, I gotta go get a job. Gotta pay the bills. New York is expensive. And I have family members here too. You know, I gotta make sure they're okay. So that was 2016. So yeah, I haven't been on YouTube for, I don't know, like 5 years now. Yeah, that's basically. And then I work.
Saw a lot of comments about something dentist involved. Like, what's up with that?
So, oh man, here we go.
Wait, what's that?
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Dentist Dan.
When did I get white hair? Wow.
You
By
need
the way,
to
that is my
look mature,
voiceover
right?
too, guys.
I didn't catch
That's
the
my
voice.
voice, and
I
they-
only got the
Yeah.
screenshot.
So they play that on the radio too. Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
really?
Yeah. Yeah. We recorded a separate track. So that was like, I did some acting, some commercial acting, and I had a day job, which is real estate. So when you first start real estate, you don't make any money. It's just like a lot of hard
Mhm.
work. I don't know, like hitting your head against the pavement, wondering if this is the right thing. So on the side, you know, I always had acting training. So I just like was like, I'll go do some commercials. I was super lucky to get booked for that commercial. And I booked some other things in that year. That was like a couple of years ago. And then now I don't do that as much because now I'm like a actual working real estate agent. So, but I miss it though. It's fun. It was really fun. I did that whole, yeah.
I saw a commercial that I didn't even know you were doing commercials. I was just scrolling through my Facebook and I had to screen cap it. Can you play it, please?
Oh
Yes,
my God.
This is my favorite.
No. I wasn't, you know, I
I'm like, is
don't
that
know if I
Dan?
could.
It looks like an off the Great Wall skit, for real.
You know, okay. I don't know if there's actors out there, right? Because you guys will know what I'm talking about. You'll take any acting job. That's just how it is. You know, like you have to assess like, all right, is this worth my time? Am I making a huge fool of myself? Because you will make a fool out of yourself. It's just how much, right? That one was like up there. And all I got was free tushy.
Hey,
Yeah, but they work.
good to know.
My butthole
And actually,
is
the
happy.
people loved you in the comments. I was like
I don't
clicking
know.
through
I
the
didn't
comments and
even
be like,
read it.
who's this guy? He's so hot. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, Dan.
Like, so the funny thing is, like, you know, I don't even announce when I do some commercials. I think I did one post about Invisalign just because, like, I got hired to do that. So I want to give them exposure. So, like, people get shocked when they see me that know me. They're like, why didn't you tell me you didn't do this? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was my job to tell you that I got a job or something, you know? So anyways, that was fun. But yeah, that's me. I'm not a real dentist, guys. People think,
Damn
they're like,
it.
when did you
I was
become a
thinking
dentist?
of getting some free dental care.
But they work. Ye has Invisalign too. So, you know, all the products that I endorse, it work. Yeah. So that's what I've been up to.
I don't know if you want to say that. You don't know if it actually works.
Which one?
All the stuff that you are on a commercial for, it works. What if it actually doesn't work? I don't think you should say that.
True. No, guys, strike that from the record. Yeah. So I guess like you guys, I also started a podcast with like Thomas and Mia, my friends. Mia used to be on Off the Great Wall. Thomas was made a few cameos on there. So, you know, I've been keeping busy because I've always had this creative itch. And so, you know, just trying to fit it into my schedule right now. Thanks, Kevin, for the plug. So that's where we're at, you know, trying to put out some content. You know, I think I still have a lot to say, and people, I would say some people look up to me. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, they look up to you. But I do think that, you know, like people that used to watch us as kids, you know, we set a good positive example as people and not just Chinese people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, actually, a lot of people watched us before. Oh, I lost the comment I wanted to show because there's too many. There was one, I think, oh, who put that up? Did you put that up?
No, he's not in here. Yeah, he is.
I'm gonna remove you, Thomas.
Yeah, he's trolling us. Damn, what other commercials can we watch you in? He's trolling us, man.
Okay.
Our friend Thomas.
All right. Let's continue.
I love it. Yeah.
So that's
where we are. Yeah.
What
man, people keep asking how tall are you? They're like obsessed with your height. Who's
asking? This guy?
It was another one. Hey, Carmen, how tall are you?
Is it important? I think how tall Dan is more controversial.
I'll tell everyone. I think they could tell how tall I am. I'm not very tall. Like
I'm 5'4".
You know,
that's 164. 164 centimeters.
Yeah, I'm 1 inch taller than you.
Oh, I forgot how short you are.
I found out how short I was when I think you were there.
Yes.
No, I found out how short I was. I don't know if you remember this. It was Thanksgiving, and I was over at your apartment, and I stood next to our friend Annie.
It's Annie.
And she was taller than me.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way. I'm not shorter than you. She was like legit taller than me. And I'm like, what are you, like 5'9"? She's like, I'm 5'7". Dude, my mind was like blown. Like, can you imagine for like 30 years? I'm like, I think I'm 5'7". And then I realized I was 5'5". Like, what?
Your whole worldview has changed.
Yeah. Dan looks 6'2" in the commercial. No. I mean, cool. But not 6'2". Oh man. Oh, should we answer some of these? You wanna address some of these comments?
Let's choose some. All right. Let's go for this one first. Oh, I like your icon with the choice on here.
I like that.
Very Chinese New Year. Okay, are Felicia
cool.
and Mia making their comebacks too? Well, Felicia is a real influencer. She has her
He
own
hates
channel
it when
called,
we do that.
what is it? Beauty Within?
Beauty Within.
Yeah, they have over 1 million subs, active, always uploading. Oh, 2
I think they
million
have more
now.
than 2.
Okay. Beauty Within. Go check them out.
Yeah.
And Mia, I think she's in California, right?
Yeah.
You know more.
Yeah, she's in California. I mean, maybe she's got to come back to New York, and then we'll take it from there.
But she is on the podcast Friends Next Door.
Yeah.
So you can
we're
find her
all,
there.
you know, like for those of us that didn't go to Canada, you know, we hang out a lot. I see Mia all the time. I see Felicia way more than I want to. I think she'll tell you. She kind of just comes over and eats my food and puts her feet up on my couch. I'm like, don't you have your own place? Like, what? Oh, the funny thing is that channel, if you guys remember, she took over from our other friend, Mia Chen.
The other Mia Chen. She's also married now.
Mia.
She's also married.
Wow.
We're all old men. We're all married.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
And that was cool too, because, you know, I think she made some cameos on Off the Great Wall while she was doing Asian Beauty Secrets at the time.
Yep.
And then she went back to Australia. And then Felicia came, did Off the Great Wall with us. And then actually, Jensen. That's my bro right there.
Where? What?
I never
Jensen?
actually met him, but I really liked his videos, and we might have him on the podcast.
Right.
He made like some cool videos.
They did the haircut one, right?
Haircut, which I
Yeah.
watched. That's how I found him, because I wanted to cut my own hair during the pandemic, and then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
So did you grow it out?
My hair in the pandemic was like, I had like long hair. It was getting really nasty. And he was like, you have to cut that thing. Like I had a tiny little, what do you call these?
No, man bun?
It wasn't
like
a man bun.
No, like the water sprout. Like
it was a sprout.
Yeah,
it was
oh my
one,
God.
Though. It was one.
Oh,
one
man.
sprout. Oh, Kevin, I forgot to give you the photo. We should have cut to the photo, but I'll find it. It was bad.
I didn't cut my hair for like a year.
Yeah.
This was in August?
Where does it go down to?
No, just before this, it was really long. It was pretty long. And then this was August. But now I need a trim too.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
This one's good.
What
did we eat? Dumplings.
I had a lot of food.
Noodles. Hot pot. Still eating.
So I have a friend in New York that he has a big company. He's got like 100 people in his company. Like he owns the company, right? So this year for Chinese New Year, he's Chinese. He gave all his employees these Chinese New Year goodie bags that had so much food in them. And he gave me one. So it had like fish, like a whole fish, chicken. In the bag.
Huh.
Like I've never seen anything like it. 6 pomelos, 6 of them in the bag.
How big is this bag?
The bag was, I would say, like 20 pounds. It was this huge bag. And every food had a meaning, right? So pomelos.
Yes.
Yep. Fish, of course. Rice cake. Lots of other things I can't remember. And I enjoyed it, you know, because this was the first year I think I put more attention into Lunar New Year. I think it's probably because, you know, it's like it's a crazy pandemic, never happened before. And, you know, you have more time to think and reflect. And I just really appreciated, you know, sort of like what that all meant. And I, you know, kind of embraced it a little bit more this year. And just like the meanings behind what we do. And so everyone's always like, oh, good luck. Gong Shi.
No, they always say Gong Hei Fa Chai.
don't
like
exactly
make lots of money.
thank you. And it's part of the
yeah.
culture, but it's not the defining thing of the holiday. You know, like it's
Well, the main thing is that right now, even if you have money, you can't even go out. You can't even do much.
yeah.
Like I feel like so it's more. That's why I actually came back to this channel. It's
Mhm.
more about the human connection. It's about your health, mental
Yeah.
health, the culture, your family. So I think
I totally
the
agree.
pandemic is more like a cleanse in a way.
Yep.
Because you kind of like because you're kind of like stuck with yourself in a way,
Mhm.
and you kind of just start thinking and reflecting, right?
Yeah. It's crazy because it's been over a year. Oh, not over a year. I would say a year. And like in the beginning of the pandemic, I did a lot of that. You know, we even talked about it on our podcast about like reflecting, taking this time. And then now it's still going on. So I'm still like, man, constantly just like, what's going on? How can we, you know, like make a change, you know, do stuff to make a difference, which is, I think, part of the reason why we wanted to, you know, resurrect.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask
So a
you
lot of food.
guys. I'm gonna remove. How do I remove this comment? It's just so much scrolling. I don't know how to remove it now. All right. Okay.
Oh, I thought
I'm
Kevin.
gonna ask you guys to put
Yeah.
your favorite video on the
I
comments.
like it.
Okay.
Like it.
All right, Dan. What was your favorite video?
Dude, I had so many of them. The Kung Fu video.
That
I
was one of my
categorized.
favorite too.
Yeah. So everything of mine that was a favorite were like the comedy sketches that because they were original. And actually, I was telling you that, you know, you and I like still go back and watch these quite often and just laugh at
It's so
ourselves.
cringy.
We're such nerds. Like, we'll just be like, what is going on in this one? And we have a great laugh. You know, those were my favorite. Like, in that first year you and I were doing it, we did a lot of them. And I liked them.
I think we did
They
one
were
like
so
almost
original.
once a week. Once a week.
We did.
He was taken ill
Oh.
and died during the Dragon Boat Festival.
Oh my god. This is one of my favorite ones.
Oh, that's such a
Oh my god,
shame to
Jack.
hear.
Our friend Jack.
I always warned your father. Be careful of poisoned rice during the Dragon Boat Festival.
Oh man. This is well casted, Carmen.
You poisoned my father,
Well casted.
you bastard!
You know, Jack actually does martial arts, right?
That's why it was so believable.
Stay back.
Oh my gosh.
I can't stand to see you like this. No, wait. It's you
Oh
who
man.
can't
The
stand.
fake mustache and the hair.
Oh, you monster!
Our friend Flora did the voice.
Oh, where's Flora? I miss her.
Ling!
Oh man, I don't know. I think she's on her way to becoming like a famous writer or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think she's
I
right. Yeah,
didn't
she's
connect
trying to
with
write
her.
like movie scripts and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I liked anything that was like the comedy sketches and even like the ones we did at the restaurant, like at Nomois. That was so much fun.
Mhm.
We had like 30 of our friends as extras. You remember that? It was like shooting
Yes,
late into the
basically, I'm
night.
like, I typed out an email to all of them and say,
Yeah.
free food. Come. And they just all showed up.
Like all showed up.
That's how cheap people were back then.
Yeah. I love the ones where we do like guys and girl stuff, like how to date, you know, dating ones. I really like the superhero one. I even like ones that I think might have been hidden later on in the fact, because like maybe they were so out there. I don't know if you remember this one, but
Which one?
okay, it's the one where I forget what it's called, but I come up from the back and I'm like, I do like how I don't remember. I think we hid that one.
I don't know.
It's,
You
like,
did a
kind of
lot
out
of
there.
weird stuff.
I did.
So I don't remember which one it is. One of my favorites would be the anime one because
Yeah.
it's so cringy.
Oh man.
Like when I watch it now,
High
I'm
school.
like, oh my
Yay!
god, I
Nothing
can't
to-
believe we did that.
Oh,
my
my
God.
You're
goodness.
my perfect new
The
high school
pigtails.
debut.
The
Wow.
wig. I had a wig on.
Oh my god. He looks like a model. Why is he so sparkly? Could it be the beginning of my romance career?
Watch where you're going, pork bun.
Pork bun?
Yeah,
Or-
short and meaty.
What a jerk.
Dude.
Why are all hot people jerks?
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, they don't make videos like this on YouTube anymore.
No,
Like-
they don't.
Oh
Original.
my goodness, he looks like a model. Wait,
Sketches.
I think I said this already.
Jack, come on, hurry up.
Don't you just want
I
to
gotta
punch
say-
you in the face? Oh my god.
This is the slow montage with the music. Oh man.
Oh my god, here he is.
Oh, our friend Christy, Florida Annie.
Okay, this is weird. Why do all the hot people always have an army of fans?
Oh my gosh. You know, the funny thing was like, you know, a lot of comedy sketches, we put a lot of time and energy into it, but they didn't get the most views.
No. That's
But
how
I'm yeah.
creativity gets killed on YouTube. If you think
Yep.
about it. If you see what's getting millions of views now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna I mean those creators also work really hard.
Yep.
But like skits are not up there.
Yeah.
Dan looks like Stephen Chow.
Stephen Chow. Wait,
You don't know who
Stephen
Stephen
Chow?
Chow is.
isn't he in Kung Fu Hustle?
Yes, good.
Yeah.
I'll just
Hold on,
be
I
like,
gotta-
I
I
need
gotta-
to end this conversation if you didn't know who he was.
Oh yeah, because of the wig. Because I don't normally like him. Yeah, the wig.
the
I
wig,
kind of
the
look
wig.
like him. Yeah.
There you
I'm like, because
go.
normally I was like, because I'm pretty sure he had long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that wig. What are your hobbies? What's your hobby?
I don't think I have time for hobbies.
Do
I
you
work,
consider
I make
cooking
videos.
a hobby?
But like okay, I guess cooking
That's a hobby.
is now or eating. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But that's not a hobby. Everybody need to eat.
No, well, some people eat. Some people film what they eat or teach people how to make stuff.
Like I don't do like ASMR type of eating. I think that's weird. No offense to people who like it. I just don't like it at all. It's weird. I want to eat in
Oh.
peace. I don't want to hear you eat.
So, do you guys remember the Flushing Mall meetup that you hosted?
Yes.
Of course
Yes.
we do.
Who asked that? Someone asked
I-
that?
Yeah, Ken N.
Ah, there's so many comments. Oh yes. Of course. That's really close to my heart. I actually queued up that video. I
Oh
remember
man,
that
because
day,
it was our
like-
first one.
Yeah, and I was surprised people even showed up. There was over 100 people there. And these kids, they remember the whole chopsticks versus fork.
Yep.
Remember they enacted out for us?
Yep.
Oh, I
So-
have something.
You have a surprise. Oh, and we signed. We got beat by that thing. How do you still have that?
Well, I took it when I left.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
You
a
must have
good-
took that from New York back to
Hey,
Toronto.
this is mine, okay?
Oh, what is it for?
I don't know. I actually don't know how I got it. And then I just kept it. And then this is
You know,
kind
I
of
might
like my
actually need that.
memento. For
Yeah.
what? For beating.
No. I have these plants that are like growing sideways.
No, this is too
Yeah.
thick. For plants, you
Oh,
need thinner
okay.
ones. Yeah,
Alright,
I
it's a
know
giant
that because
chopstick.
Oh, there's my hobby. Gardening.
There you go.
I'm like a real old person now.
Dude, when I saw that you were making all this stuff, I told Dee I was so like mesmerized because I would love to have a garden. I'm like in my old man age now. I want to grow my own vegetables.
Yes.
I water my plants. I spray the leaves and wipe off the dust. Kevin in line, yeah.
Yeah,
I like
if
it.
you if you follow my Instagram last year, over the summer I grew like 30 tomato plants. but that's like by accident because I didn't know that each seed was one plant.
Oh.
And I just like put the whole bag of seed.
Yeah.
And I just had all the plants and I didn't want to kill them. So I just grew them all.
I was
I
definitely
forgot
like,
who's
dude, how many
Kevin.
plants does she have? Because you'd be like, today's
That's my
haul
husband.
30.
Oop.
I'm way older than 30. Is that
Oh, no,
a
no,
guess
no.
of how?
The tomato plants,
Oh,
I had 30
like
by
I'm pushing
accident.
40, yo. I just look young. Oh no! Did you know the Flushing Mall got demolished? I don't know. I didn't know that.
No.
How do I not know that? I go to Flushing all the time.
So what is it now? Like some fancy restaurant?
Flushing Mall. I can't even remember where it was. Anyways, so one of my favorite things, besides like people approaching me and being like, you know, our whole family watches that show, it really brought us together, is like every time we did a meetup, every time I went to a school, like I put so much importance on that. Like the day before I would go, I would make like a game for the kids to play, and it was like
Aw.
Jeopardy. Yeah, I would sit there the night before and I would like make all these cards like Jeopardy, and it's all like Chinese trivia, like historical. Like,
Wow.
you know, yeah, it was crazy. Like a lot of the questions and trivia I took from like traditional Chinese culture. And some of it was like related to Off the Great Wall. And I would make this board, you know, because I think it's like a privilege to be able to like speak in front of people or have people who care about what you do or like look up to you to like invite you to go to speak to them. So I took those really seriously, and the meetups too. So it was really fun. I don't have
I
kids.
would love to. I would love to
So,
meet
dude.
up again at some point when it's safe
Yeah.
to do so.
Yeah. What? Sorry, I love these random comments. Somebody asked, "Did you invest in Dogecoin?" That's so random. Like of all the things you could invest in, like I actually know what a Dogecoin is, but no, I didn't invest in a Dogecoin. What a interesting. Oh, luxury building, Tangram. I know because I do real estate, so I know that building. Now I can picture it. Yep. There's a garage right underneath. I park my car when I go to Hot Pot.
Where
Anyways,
does Dan live now?
Brooklyn,
New York,
BK.
right? You never moved.
Yeah, I mean specifically I live in Brooklyn. I lived in Manhattan and now I live in Brooklyn, and I can't really see myself anywhere else. Really falling in love with that borough. So,
Wow. My son still remember you guys from the Flushing meetup.
oh man, I
Oh.
love that.
Hi,
You know, it's
say
sad.
hi
I
to
bet
your
he's like
son.
20 now.
I know, right? They're like, who are these people?
Oh man. Yeah. Oh, cool. Well, maybe you'll see me on the street. I'm sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I think
So I
we
really-
missed some.
Was there
You go.
all right, Carmen, I want to ask you, what was some of your fondest memories making the videos?
You know, during the filming, we have a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if like any specific I guess video, because all of them I had a lot of fun.
Mhm.
There was some that was also random. Let's just
Yeah.
say like our most popular video, chopsticks versus fork. That one
Yeah.
I just last checked, it had like 50 million views. Crazy. That one we just
my friend
came
had to
up
tell
on
me
the
that.
fly.
Yeah.
We came up on
I
the
love-
fly, and we did not expect it to do anything.
That's one of my favorite things about YouTube is like you never know what will do well. You just you
Yep.
don't know. But like, you know, you put in the time, it's like when they do well, you're like pleasantly surprised, and it's nice. It's a good you know, like reward for putting in a lot of hard work. So my memories, like, you know, when we went to Internet Icon, that was cool. You know, just being invited to go. And then
But
we had Shake
that
Shack.
one also have a story
That-
that I'm
yeah,
not
that-
sure we're allowed to tell.
Yeah. But like, just going with a small team and like, I don't know if you remember this, but we treated it really serious. We trained. Do you remember we
trained.
made like a fake
we
video?
trained. That teddy bear video, that was weird.
We we're like, okay, it was like a football team. We're like, all right, what if they ask us to do this and we actually like set those standards for ourselves? Those are fun times, because it's like everybody's like everybody's like so talented. One thing I want to say is like all the videos, the quality was so good because like we work with some super talented people, right? Like videographers, editors, actors, so we had a lot of help.
Yeah, I mean, like,
That times.
I think one of the questions that went really fast, I didn't get to click, was who contributed a lot in the background. I would say Flora did a lot of our scripts.
Oh yeah,
Like, she is like a lot of the brains behind it.
For sure.
That she knew a lot about the culture and basically what young people wanted to watch. I say it like I'm old. Christy contributed a lot. So she did a lot of the filming and she did most of the editing.
Yeah.
So she did a lot.
Yeah. We had so many unsung heroes, and there people that also just like agreed to lend us their time. We're like, hey, be in our video. No, like our friend Jack.
Most people are just Jack.
Yeah. He was in tons of
or
videos.
Like Annie,
yeah. So it was just such a pleasure during that time to be able to do that. And like when you look back on it, you're like, man, that was a special time. There'll never be another point in my life where you can like work with so many people and like have an effect on people. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Even if you start, if you do YouTube now, if people start a channel now, it's a little different.
It's different because
yeah.
I mean, back then we weren't really treating it as a business.
Right.
That's the thing, right? Everyone that does, well, not everyone, but most people that do YouTube that you have to sustain on YouTube, you have to treat it as a business. But back then we were all just kind of doing it as a passion project. And we just contributed however we can. Yeah. And actually now, with this channel now, it's a passion project for the both of us too, because we both have full-time jobs. So a quick reminder for everybody, hit that like button, help us out. Let that YouTube algorithm do its work.
Somebody mentioned, okay, so we had so many contributing like actors and characters. Like somebody just mentioned the parody we made with Chris Chappell. Like, do you remember that? We shot that in New Jersey and it was like another
it was at someone's house.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, can we borrow your house for the day? That's when we did Chopsticks versus Fork.
That's right.
After we filmed, we're like, oh, there's a kitchen that we can film in. Let's film this now.
Like you and I lived in New
York.
Came up. We didn't have a nice kitchen.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Hey. Oh my god.
Classic.
Oh my gosh. Dude, the commitment, I gotta hand it to you. That was like epic. Yeah. And like, a lot of the people that we worked with, like they went on to some serious YouTube stardom, like Chris Chappell. I mean, one of the most successful channels. Ben Hedges, he's got his own thing going. And obviously, like we said, Felicia, our friend Felicia. So
Mike is huge now too.
Mike is like,
it's only
Mike kind of paved the way.
Ones that like, was just like,
because like, I don't know. I think because we had families, we had like, we're the only two that are like been married for a long time. You remember that? Because if you think about it, a lot of our YouTube friends, they're not quite settled down. Or some of them are. But I just love
I
saying
don't
that. I
think
love
the
seeing
marriage has
people.
anything to do with it.
Maybe
think
just
we
old
just-
souls.
No, I mean like 8 years of time, so many
Yeah.
things happen, and those people
Yep.
were able to dedicate their life to this. Like it's a lot
Yeah.
of dedication.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's, I mean, good for them.
Yeah. Somebody said, "Dan, do you talk to your plants?" I do. And I named them. You have to talk to your plants. Dude, plants are alive. You got to show them love. You got to water
I
them.
agree.
They're like, babe, we
Every
call them our
morning.
plant babies. Yeah.
I'm like, hi plants, how are you?
Exactly. Your plants you can eat. I can't eat my plants.
Oh, you don't.
Oh, man.
Okay.
This is great. Sorry, we're just
Let's
looking
see.
through the comments.
All right, Dan.
Yeah.
What's your, I guess, like, not even off the Great Wall, but just like
Mhm.
since the last time we saw each other or we did something
Mhm.
together, what's the biggest reflection like that you've learned? You're
In
an old
general?
soul now, right?
Yeah.
You have some
A
life
lot.
experience you can share with us, young people.
Man, I got. I was always about like working hard, putting 100% into everything. That's how I live my life. Whether it's like passion project like this, or a relationship, or work, I just feel like for me, just trying to always be the best person you can be and learn from things. I learn a lot from things. Not everything was smooth sailing in my life. Not everything was smooth sailing with YouTube or jobs or living situations. I moved cross country for a little while, moved back. So I think like taking all of the bad things and trying to learn from them is like really important to me. And knowing that like, like when you look back on things and you're like, oh man, I could have handled that better, and just like not holding grudges and like, just being patient and persevere. And like for me, I'm still like, this is a young career for me. I see myself having a lot of, headway to make in my new career. And also I haven't forgot about being a, whatever you want to call it, like content creator. I don't like the word influencer, but like wanting to still put stuff out to make a difference. Yeah. What's when somebody asked real estate milestone? No, like just to me, it's a job. You make a living, but it's hard. It's hard to get to a point where you can actually support yourself doing real estate. It's kind of like YouTube. I take a lot of things I learn.
It's so
from
much
YouTube.
competition.
So much competition. You don't get paid until you actually make a sale. Like I don't get a salary, so like there's a lot of rejection, a lot of failures, but also just like YouTube, you got to ride the wave too. Sometimes like it's your time, or like you do a video and it's viral and you got to follow that up, right? Remember those times where we're like, oh my gosh, we got a viral video.
Well, when the family tree became viral, like that also came about as a very random thought.
Yeah.
I just like one day I'm just like, English doesn't have the same names as Chinese.
Right.
It's just like your aunt is your aunt, your cousin, your cousin. There's no difference.
Yep.
And I just like had that epiphany.
Your mom is your mama, your dad is your papa. Your older
And
brother
then
is
I just
also
like
your older
wrote that
sister
script
is
that day in the
your
when
younger
one
brother is
afternoon.
Your younger brother is
And I
Peter.
actually
Your
Flora
dad,
drew
your grandpa
these.
is his mom, your grandma.
And
is
so I
your
just
older
like,
brother
as
is
I
your
read the
uncle,
script,
your
she
older
drew
brother's wife.
the pictures, and then I recorded the voiceover and I put it on top. And that was it. And it's
That
just
always
crazy how
amazes me.
such a simple idea became such a huge hit.
Yeah. It's like, that was all you, like, cause I was working and you're like, oh, we recorded this video. I was like, okay, do you need help? No, it's done. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
And
what I'm
then
saying.
all
I
of a
never
sudden-
treated it also like, oh, it's the next viral thing. I didn't think of that. I just like, okay, it's a video. Let's just get it done. And
feel like when
then
we
it was such a
started,
huge hit.
yeah, we were like more innocent,
Yeah.
right? Like we weren't like, oh, this is gonna do well. We're just like, oh, this is great. I think people can relate to this, or this means a lot to me, and just put it out there. It's like old school YouTube, you know, like when you watch the people that you like back in the day, you just put stuff out. You're not worried
Well,
about
actually,
like
the ones that we
Yeah.
think would do good usually don't do good.
right. Right.
Like the Kung Fu video, I loved it, but
Oh man.
people didn't really get it.
But
this
you know,
sounds
the
nice.
people that liked it,
Mhm.
they liked it,
Yep.
you know, and we like
Okay,
it.
the
I still
Cantonese
go back and
family
watch it.
tree brought me closer to my parents and their siblings. It was the first YouTube video I showed their generation. It was so relatable to all of us.
Love it.
Thank
love
you.
it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people that still have the posters.
Yep. Maybe with our signatures too. We signed some of those.
Yep.
Yeah. All of those, I mean, those were all just like great memories. Because I really like looking back and seeing like just like all the hard work that you put in, you know, and like the people that you affected. And at the time, you don't know that it's happening. And then when you look back, you're like, wow, that was like pretty significant. You know?
All right. I think a lot of people have asked what's the future of this channel. So
question.
for me, I feel like if I commit to something, I want a beginning and the end. So I want to commit to this channel. I want to revive it. I mean, I cannot promise that I will be super consistent all the time because I do have a full-time job, but I'll try my best. And I hope you can help me as well. People watching and Dan and everyone else who want to contribute. So I do want to continue. That's my wish. As to plans, I think this whole thing was pretty sporadic. I just had the idea to do it. I had the opportunity.
Yeah.
I just did it. And then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it. And then I'll figure it out.
Right.
And hopefully you'll turn out well.
I mean, the challenge is too, it's like you're in Canada and I'm in New York, but I'm going to help as much as I can. It's always in my thoughts. So, you know, like you said, when I'm like you, when I start something, I want to keep it going. So if we're trying to resurrect something that was so important to us, you know, yeah, it might not always be smooth sailing, right? But I think as long as we're trying to keep it going and we're not taking it for granted, I think good things will happen. I think things in our lives will allow us to, if it's within our path, you know, like we're both very spiritual, I think we'll find a good way, you know, or maybe like I do really well in my regular job and I got more time to do videos. That would be a dream. You know, hey, what if like people are watching are like, Dan, I'll go buy a house with you. I'll be like, great, now I could go make a YouTube video. I'm set for
One
the rest
house
of the year.
equals one YouTube video.
Dude, if I would say like I'll sell a house, I'll be like, as a bonus treat to myself, I'm gonna go make some videos. You know, it's definitely a dream of mine too, you know, to see it go somewhere and to see it blossom more. I do one thing that it's kind of sad is like if we had kept it going, you know, we see like where our friends are, and I'm like, man, they kept it going.
I always thought about, and I'm like, you know, when I left, I was so sad. I cried. You were there.
Yeah, I remember.
Like, but
I remember.
Like, and then like I treated it as my baby. It
Yeah.
was really my baby.
Yeah.
And I always felt like, oh, it's really, I wouldn't call it regret. It's just a different path at that point.
Mhm.
And I want to go back to like the biggest reflection, right? It's just like not holding on to the past.
Yeah.
Because I do tend to think about a lot of the things that happen. I hold a lot of grudges.
Mhm.
And then just like burn a lot of bridges. But I just like kind of came to the thought, like, just like chill out, man. What's the point?
Yeah.
It's like there's
like
no
that.
point being all just bitter and things like that, right?
Yeah.
And then if it's not in your path, it's not in your path. If it's in your path, it's your path. So
Agreed.
chill and then just do it.
Agreed. I mean, look, we're back here 8 years later. Actually, 9 almost.
When did we start?
2000
2012.
I think we started like end of 2012.
Mhm.
End
No,
of it.
June of 2012.
Okay, never mind. Okay, you're right. June of 2012. Oh man. It's yeah, you said it so well, you know. That's a great lesson. I mean, you know me, I don't really hold grudges.
Yeah,
So
you're
to
always
hear, you know, somebody
happy-go-lucky.
else. Yeah. Yeah. But to hear you say that, you know, it means a lot. And I think people can take a lot from that, you know. And like I said, like we're still young. Like we got a lot of time ahead of us, hopefully, to do even greater things.
Mhm.
You know?
And I also think that for this channel, I mean, like I'm not the same person 8 years ago, right? So I won't be able to talk about the same exact thing anymore
Mhm.
because I'm an older person, and then
Yeah.
I would probably talk about things that's more recent. And I actually do need people's suggestions to let me know what they care about now.
Yeah.
So I can think of more topics to talk about. And actually, if you guys like this live format, because this is actually very convenient for, you know, Dan, who's in New York, I'm in Toronto, for us to just talk about things. So if this is something that you like, let us know in the comments too. I would love your feedback.
I'm digging it. We could do like I try to cook one of your recipes live while you're coaching me.
I don't know if 1 hour is enough.
But it'll just be me like making a fool out of myself. And you're like, no. I'll be like, what's a sous vide? You know, we gotta think of some ideas.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Last chances for
Wow.
questions.
I can't believe it's an hour.
Questions.
Yeah.
I would love a podcast once a month or something.
Yeah.
That's doable.
It's doable. I do really appreciate everyone that's logged on. You know, it's hard to get to everybody's comments because there's so many of them. But I really do appreciate it. You know, we're reading them. It just reinforces like why you did this in the first place to affect so many people positively. Yeah.
We'll keep the live stream.
Oh,
for
cool.
sure.
Nice. You know, and I think like these days you have influencers of all kinds, or people on the internet of all kinds, you know, so just being able to be a role model still means a lot. So hopefully we could keep that going, you know, set a good example. Some of these are funny. I got to go back and read all these.
It's the live chat function is hard. It's like hard to go back.
Yeah. Do we
But-
know each other before OTGW? Like,
Yes, that's how
yeah.
we started.
Yeah, we did. I mean, like we didn't hang out, but we knew each other. Yeah.
I just remember at that time I wanted to make this channel, and then someone suggested that you probably want to co-host, maybe a male co-host, and I just remember Dan because he's always a happy-go-lucky guy.
Loud and obnoxious.
Maybe someone
you can say it.
to balance my sarcasm. And then I reached out and I told him like, hey, the goal is to reach out to young people to connect with their culture, connect with their roots. Are you in? And he's like, sure, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
And I gotta say, like, it started a whole sort of journey to. I was always interested in like traditional Asian culture before, but it like made me even more, because you know, some of the videos I didn't do on Off the Great Wall, but some of the most historical Chinese videos, like Yi and I researched the heck out of it and wrote those and made those and put them on some of the other channels. So it made me like even more interested in traditional Chinese culture, and to really make sure that I'm, you know, doing it justice. Yeah. So anyways. hey, maybe one day, I guess, would you ever move back to New York?
Why?
Nah. I don't know. I don't know if you're like, oh, Canada's like my home now.
Actually,
Wait,
I
what?
don't know.
You know?
I don't know what my home
Mhm.
is.
Do you feel
I
like
feel like I'm
Canada's
an
your home?
international citizen right now. And
Hmm.
nobody can figure out my accent. I don't really
Yeah,
call a
because you're
certain
like,
place home.
yeah, you kind
You
of
know what's the
lost
funny
your
thing?
twang.
I was just thinking that this house that I'm living in,
Yeah.
it's probably one of the longest place. It will become the longest place I live in. So I'll
Wow.
be living in this house for 5 years now. This
Wow.
year. And
Yeah.
but I've moved so much in my life
Yeah.
that 5 years seems like a long time, which is not really long for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I guess Canada is kind of my home, but I don't love
Right.
the weather.
I mean, it's similar to New York, right? It's cold.
Oh, it's like
Carmen's
10 degrees
accent
colder
is
than
a
you
Carmen
guys.
accent. Yeah, you have a. When I first met you, I think you had more of an Aussie accent.
It's washed out, man.
Yeah, it was even a little bit hard to understand you, but now it's like just
That's
faint.
what I mean. That's why I had to kind of like remove some of my accent, because I remember once I wanted to buy a bottle of water, and they're
Uh-huh.
like, "What are you saying?" I guess like I say water, a bottle of water.
Yeah.
People didn't understand me, so I have to be
Yeah.
like enunciate my words, like
Yeah.
water, and they're like, "Oh, that's what you want." And I'm like, "Okay, that's how I have to speak from now on, or else people won't understand me."
Don't remove the accent.
It's too late. I don't
Too
even know
late.
what
It's
I
already
sound like
disappeared.
anymore.
You're gonna start sounding Canadian soon. A boat. You're gonna sound like
you-
Kevin. What are you doing
Big.
there? A boat? About that time. Kevin's very
All right, guys.
Canadian. Yeah, I think it's about that time. I'm losing steam. I need my beauty rest.
10 p.m. Old people go to sleep.
Yeah, guys, we're older. You're older. I'm so glad we could do this, and
Yes.
hopefully we could keep it up.
Oh, thank you
Right?
so much
Ah,
for joining us today. Thank you, Dan.
thank you, Carmen.
I had so much
Thanks,
fun
Kevin.
talking to you.
Same.
And thank you to all of you. I don't know how many you're watching right now, but thank you for spending time with us. And I would love to spend more time with you. And go ahead, leave your comments, your feedback, like everything.
Like old times.
Yes. And we'll get back to you soon.
See you soon, guys. Thank you. Bye.